Yo, what's good? Too Much Tips podcast. It's good. It's been a little minute since the last vid. Now today, this vid gonna be a little different. As you can see, I'm just by myself today. Like we stated, I think we stated in the first video, first episode we made, talking about ourselves. Uh, we said that we college students, so our lives get a little hectic. With scheduling and being available, shit like that. So this week, Lou, he was a little sick, so he wasn't really up for the pod this week. And Matt been his schedule been real hectic, and he been trying to manage. So this week we really wasn't gonna drop a video this week, but I'm excited for the games. I want to talk a little bit about what happened in week 2 and my predictions for this week. So I was like, whatever. Let me just come on here and just drop something real quick. And it's gonna be a quick run through because I'm making this video and it's really close to game time. This is Sunday, September 22nd. So it's like I'm just trying to get this all out so I can go watch the games and all that. Starting off week 2, Thursday night football game. Bills Dolphins. I was there for that game. And it was truly something to watch, seeing Tua unfold. Not his injury. This is pre-injury. I'm talking about everything that happened pre-injury. I'm watching the man throw 3 picks, 1 pick 6. He's a gook. He's stinky. He's food. I said on the last episode that the Bills own the Dolphins. The Bills own the Dolphins. I don't know why there was ever like people saying the Dolphins could win. I knew they wasn't going to win, even if Tua stayed in the whole game. You know what I'm saying? But, Tua being trash made me lose this week to Lou in fantasy football because Josh Allen only had 9 points because he didn't have to do much on offense to win the game. But that's besides the point. I'm 1-1 in fantasy. I'm a little tight. Just a little bit. Not a lot. Second game, 49ers Vikings. I'm actually surprised by that upset. That was kudos to Vikings. They do got good defense. Brian Flores a good defensive coordinator. They got some dogs, and 49ers need to step up because that ain't it. Seahawks Patriots, that was a good game. Surprised it went to OT, but I knew the Seahawks were gonna pull it out. Giants Commanders. I wish Matt was here for this. You lose, and the other team didn't even score a touchdown. They put up 21. It wasn't like, oh, they didn't put up a touchdown. It was 9-3, 9-6. It was 21-18. 21-18. They didn't score a touchdown, and you lost. But I digress. Giants still suck. We knew this. I just wish he was here so I could tell him again how much they suck. I told him they suck, but I wish I could tell him again. I can't. I'm gonna text him after this. Chargers Panthers. Chargers looking good. I said it. We might have in the years coming, not now. We might have an actual divisional opponent that can, rival. Not really rival us, but they give us some trouble. I'm really hoping that they succeed because it'll make the division better. The Panthers, they suck. That's a JV team they were playing. I don't really believe the 2-0 that much. It's more of I believe in Jim Harbaugh. I need to see the Chargers play tougher opponents. Saints Cowboys. Cowboys continue to prove that they are pretenders in this league. 44-19. Derek Carr led 15 scoring drives. It's hard to lead even 6. He led 15 scoring drives. You don't just do that. It gave me he was looking like Raiders Derek Carr. He was looking good out there. Cowboys looking shitty as ever. They suck. Horrible. But it's okay. If you can't beat the Cowgirls, man, you're not making it far. So Packers Colts, that was a better game than I thought. Anthony Richardson needs to do more. Packers surprised me with that win. A good job by Malik Willis getting it done. And yeah. Browns Jags. I was surprised the Jags lost that game, but Deshaun Watson did enough. He played good enough for them to win. So it was like Good team win. Jets Titans. I predicted the Jets to win that game. Will Levis struck again. He needs to be more disciplined. Like, he got to be more disciplined. He be tripping out there. But nobody really expected anything from the Titans. So the Jets did good. Bucks Lions. That surprised me. Upset. Good job on Baker Mayfield. Chris Godwin been teeing up. But I didn't expect them to go in there and beat the Lions at home. So good on them. Kudos to them. I think Lions will bounce back. I think Bucks might win. Who do they play this week? I'm going to have to look after this because I'm looking at week 2. So, yeah, Bucks Lions. That was surprising. But good job on the Bucks. Now, Ravens Raiders. It's not like Lamar's fault when they lose games, but it's like, come on, bro. 0-2 and you lose to the Raiders, y'all was up double digits. And y'all lost to the Raiders. Gardner Minshew. I ain't gonna lie, he did go 30 for 38, but like, damn. Gardner Minshew, bruh? I keep saying it, I'm gonna say it again. Their best chance to win was last year. And they folded. They not winning this year. It's not Lamar's year, man. It's not. I just don't see it. It's not. Next game, Rams Cardinals. I love that game. I feel bad for Matthew Stafford. He lost his 2 best weapons. Cooper Kupp's out. Puka Nakua's out. He only got Kyron Williams right now. And he has to rely on Demarcus Robinson. Demarcus Robinson a good receiver 4. I liked him when he was on the Chiefs because he didn't have to do much. But to feed him all game, I feel bad. I feel bad for Stafford. But now to the other team, Cardinals. Hey, I like Kyler MHJ connection. I like that connection. Them boys tough. The Cardinals are they playing good football. I gotta see it. They gotta continue it for me to believe it. But they do look good. They could be a possible playoff team. Steelers Broncos. Steelers win 13-6. I didn't even watch that game. I'm glad I did it. Next game, Bears Texans. Caleb Williams, he's a rookie. Like, what can you expect from him? He's a rookie. So it's like, he gonna have bad games, bro. Niggas can't come in the league and be C.J. Stroud. Like, C.J. Stroud is that boy. He top. Pat, Burrow, Allen, Lamar. He might be 5 or 6. He might be top 5 or 6 in the league right now. That boy C.J. Stroud really him. And I love it. I love his faith. I like how he's outgoing with his faith. He let it known who he worshiped. I like that. But yeah, that was a good game. Falcons Eagles prime time. What was that? Monday Night Football? If I'm not mistaken, it was Monday Night Football. That was a good game. Jalen Hurts was looking like his old self a little bit. They was down A.J. Brown. But, yeah, if it's one thing I know, if you a Giant at heart. You a Giant at heart, man. That nigga Saquon folded in Giants fashion. Yes, in Giants fashion. He folded. He could have got the first down, a tutty. Whichever one he decided, he could close the game, but he played. Gave the ball back to Kirk O'Chains. Kirk O'Chains went and dropped that on them boys. I ain't gonna get too vulgar, but he dropped that on them boys. That's it. It was nice to see Kirk. It was nice to see Kirk on primetime do that because niggas was doubting Kirk coming off that injury. I said the Falcons were gonna be good. They're gonna be, I think, what I predict, them to be 3rd in the conference. But yeah, I mean, Kirk has a history with having bad performances on primetime games. So, it's just good to see that he went out there and balled out. I hope he do. I hope primetime Kirk show up tonight, Sunday night. Because, yeah, I hope that old primetime Kirk pull up. Because we Chiefs got to get the dub, man. We need that dub. Now to my biggest game. I think the Falcons Eagles were the biggest game of the weekend. But to my biggest game, Chiefs Chiefs Bengals. Chiefs Bengals. It's always a good game. It's always within like a field goal. Like the games are always close. You'll never see either team blow each other out. Like those games, it's a good game, you know. Those games I sit up for where I'm like, all right, what we about to do? What we about to do? Come on, we got to score this drive. I mean, I'm like that every game, but it's just a little different playing the Bengals. It's different playing the Bengals, Bills. Yeah, Bengals, Bills. I ain't even gonna say that other team, but yeah, it was a good game. Pat didn't play well at all. 2 picks, 151 yards. Like that's just not a winning recipe. He played disgusting. I can say that. Like he did not play good. It hurt us losing Pacheco. We gonna need him in the long run, but it's good that he'll be back before playoffs. Like we need him for the playoffs. Regular season, we gonna be able to get through it. I feel like we're gonna be able to get through it. Kareem Hunt, as soon as he learned the offense, he gonna be back scoring touchdowns for us. Hopefully Carson Steele can step up and Samaje Perine in the absence of Pacheco. But yeah, that was my game of the weekend. I love that game. Joe Burrow showed that he's still an elite quarterback, even though people was doubting him for losing to the Patriots. He's still my number 2 quarterback in the league. And they get T. Higgins back this week too. So it's like, yeah, they should be fine. I'm not worried. Vic Fangio, I'm not saying Vic Fangio. Lou Anarumo, the defensive coordinator over there, he's good. He know what he's doing. Vic Fangio suck. Don't throw that out there. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on, last week's matchups. But this week, to start it off, we had the Thursday night game, Jets versus Patriots. I don't know who the fuck does scheduling and put Patriots Jets on primetime, but nobody wants to see that shit on Thursday. We don't want to see the Patriots on a Thursday. Primetime games when there's one game, Thursday or Monday, or even Sunday. We don't. That can't be the only game on when certain teams are playing. Jets Patriots should not have been on there. I predicted the Jets to win. I predicted the Jets to win, and old A-Rod showed up, put belt ass on them boys. Next game, to start off the 1:00 slate today, Giants Browns. I think the Browns gonna pull that off. I can't sit here and say, oh, the Browns gonna pull it off because the Commanders won with only kicking field goals. The NFL is weird. It's all about matchups. Teams play different one week, so I can't say that. But I do think the Browns are a better team than the Giants, and their defense will suffocate Daniel Jones, and Denzel Ward will lock up Malik Neighbors. So, yeah, I think the Browns will be good on that part. Eagles Saints. There's 2 big 1:00 games. Eagles Saints, Texans Vikings. I think the Eagles Saints game, I personally took the Saints to upset the Eagles, even though they are the favorites. But I think the Saints will beat the Eagles just off the Eagles defense, man. That suck. Excuse my French on a Sunday. It's just that defense sucked. That defense is horrible. Those DBs be getting cooked, man, left and right. Alvin Kamara gonna have a field day. Not because of the DBs, just because he's Alvin Kamara. But yeah, Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr is gonna torch that defense. Saints right now do have the number 1 defense in the league, and if they choose to blitz, I like their blitz over Jalen Hurts. Texans Vikings. I have the Texans, but I do believe in Brian Flores as the Vikings defensive coordinator. He is a great defensive coordinator. A friend of mine does think very fondly of Brian Flores. He wish he was still the Dolphins coach, but yeah, I digress. I think the Texans will pull it out just because that defense of the Texans is tough. They got a good quarterback, a lot of weapons. Even though they're down, Joe Mixon still got a lot of weapons. And I just think the Vikings. This will be a test that's just too tough for them because the Texans are gunning for that number 1 spot in the AFC. Like they have a lot more riding on the line than the Vikings do. So I'll go with the Texans for that game. Broncos Buccaneers. Needless to say. Packers Titans. Malik Willis did show up. He's playing against his old team. Will Levis keeps playing very poorly. If I had to pick one for that, I go Packers. I like what I saw. They still got Josh Jacobs on the ground. That defense is good. So I go Packers. Bears, Colts. Right now, the Colts are the favorite. The Bears are the underdog. I'm taking the Bears. Even on the road, I'm taking the Bears. I think Caleb Williams will have a decent game today. That defense will show up, even though he is down Keenan Allen and he's down Keenan Allen. No, I think he's just down Keenan Allen. I think he got DJ Moore and Roman Dunes. So I think he'll be straight with DeAndre Swift in the backfield, Cole Kmet out there, and the defense. Chargers Steelers. Like I said, Chargers 2-0, Steelers 2-0. Chargers are improving, but not enough to beat the Steelers. That defense, something else. Like, I get it. Jim Harbaugh loves running the ball. J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards is not running versus Steelers. Just not doing it. And if you got to drop back to pass I get it. Joe Alt, he like 6'8". He's a big right tackle. T.J. Watt, All Pro. DPOY. He should have a lot more DPOYs, but the league be hating. I feel like he should have won it every year he's been in the league. Damn near. Myles Garrett should not have won it last year. I seen those games. I don't give a fuck what niggas say. TJ Watt should have won that. Dolphins, Seahawks. I got Seahawks. I like what I've seen from Geno, the Seahawks offense, and we haven't seen we saw Skylar Thompson play a little bit versus the Bills, and I didn't like what I saw. Panthers, Raiders. I got Raiders. Panthers a JV team. Raiders have a great defense with Antonio Pierce leading them, Max Crosby leading them, Christian Wilkins on the line, and then Gardner Minshew. He's all right. He could get the ball to Devontae Adams. He could hand the ball off to Zamir White. He could do it. He could. Brock Bowers. In a year, 2 years, he gonna be a top 10, if not top 5 tight end in the league. Not all time. It's too early. Come on. But in the league. 49ers, Rams. I got the 49ers. Both teams are decimated on the offensive side. 49ers missing Debo, Kittle, CMC. So it's like, Brock Purdy, he got Jawan Jennings, Brandon Ayuk, and Jordan Madison. Right? Yeah, Jordan Madison. So I think Brock Purdy will be all right. It's more of Matthew Stafford having to deal without Puka and Cooper Kupp. Lions Cardinals, that should be a good game. I do got the Lions bouncing back this week though. Cardinals should put up a good fight. Like I said, I do like that team. I think the Lions have to win this game just to show last week was all right, whatever. We bounced back. We're still a top team in the NFC. If the Cardinals could pull out a win, hey, kudos to them. They're showing the league that they're showing the NFC that they're not scared of anyone. They're coming for the top spot. But I do think the Lions will win that game. Now, biggest game of the 4:00 slot is Ravens Cowboys at Cowboys. I think Ravens will win. If their OC doesn't want to be a dumbass, he'll just run the ball. Anybody can run on the Cowgirls. This shit is stamped. It's stamped. Anybody can run on the Cowgirls. Like, Lamar does not have to put the ball in the air. ISO, hit the A gap, hit a stretch, read option. He does not have to throw the ball versus the Cowgirls. You don't have to throw the ball. If you want to, maybe 2 or 3 passes, but that's it. Shove Derrick Henry down their throat. No Diddy. That's all you got to do. I got the Ravens winning that game. Now for the primetime game. Before I get to my favorite primetime game, let's talk about Monday having a doubleheader primetime game. Jags, Bills, at Bills. I'm taking the Bills, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Jags win just because it's a desperation game. They're 0-2, and they have to win. Like, they have to win if they want to be in playoff contention because, it only get tougher from here. Like, you start off the season 0-3, it's not a good look. Same go for the Ravens. They got to win. If they start off 0-3, it's not a good look for the simple fact that their schedule only gets harder. Within the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 weeks, they play 5 difficult opponents. They play Cowboys, Bills, Bengals, Buccaneers, Browns. The 6th game is the Commanders, but they should beat the Commanders. But 5 difficult games out of 6 in the next week. You drop 0-3, you're losing. You're bound to lose 1 or 2 in those next 5 weeks. You drop 0-3, oh, playoff might not be calling your name this year. It might not. But yeah, the Jags, I didn't really look at their schedule, but I think they do. If they want to go to the playoffs, they got to win this week. They can't start off 0-3. It just can't. Bengals, I think Bengals whoop the Commanders, but like I said, who's scheduling these primetime games? Do we need to see the Bengals versus the Commanders on a primetime? We don't need the Commanders on primetime. We really don't. But I digress. Now, for my favorite one, Chiefs Falcons. I have the Chiefs whooping the Falcons, especially after what happened last week where Mahomes had a bad game. One of the scariest people to play, one of the top 5 scariest people to play is Patrick Mahomes, healthy. Patrick Mahomes on one leg. Patrick Mahomes down 10. Patrick Mahomes after a bad game. And Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. 5 top scariest people to play. And he's coming off of a bad game. And Kelsey ain't touched the ball in 2 weeks. So, I feel bad for the Falcons. What's going to get done to them. But, it is what it is. You got to show people that, I think we'll be undefeated until our bye week, which is week 6. We do play the Saints right before our bye week. So, we got a couple tough matchups. But, yeah, I think we do pull out a win. That's also why I'm wearing this shirt and hat, because of last week and this week. Everybody calls the Kansas City refs, so I might as well wear my jersey because I really don't give a fuck. You can say it's the refs or what. We get the win, nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that as long as you get a dub. But, yeah, that's just my takes for last week and this week. I also want to talk about the Bills schedule. Why even the Jags is a desperation game for the Jags. The Bills need to win because they go on a 3-game away stretch versus the Ravens, Texans, and Jets. So it's like, let's make it it's not make it or break it for them. But, you got to start winning early because these games, the schedule only gets tougher. Later on in the year, the Bills have to face Chiefs, 49ers, Lions, Rams when Puka and Cooper Kupp come back. So, it's going to be a little difficult for them. That's really it, Like I said, it was just a quick video to get my takes on things. Just some content for this week. And I'm about to go watch the game. It's already like 12:54, 12:55 right now. So y'all enjoy y'all Sunday. And we'll see y'all next week.